Do you know the truth about personality types that dating coaches are not telling you? And they're actually using this information against you to keep you coming back more and more and more and making you feel like you're the problem with being able to find your match. Well, if so, we're going to talk about that in today's video. Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat/nomad for 10 years now. I am on my fourth country, third continent here in the southern region of Africa, Lusaka, Zambia. And one of the things I started doing is sharing with you what I've learned along this 10-year journey from the three perspectives of life that I focus on: happiness, health, and wealth. And most importantly, if you're an expat or thinking about becoming one, just sharing with you some of the opportunities that exist here, plus how safer it is here compared to other parts of the world, to let you know that, hey, maybe you want to consider this as an option also, because not too many people are talking about Zambia. And one thing I'm noticing, it is definitely off of the normal beaten path of destinations that people are looking into. So let's get into today's video. And this actually comes from one of the Pop the Balloon shows. I was watching their mini recap and I was taking a bunch of notes, and I saw a lot of immaturity through body language, actions, and just personal maturity. Like, it was just a lot of immaturity there, and especially on the guy's perspective. So I'm going to speak about this as a guy. So all of us know about the main three basic personality types that we try to judge everybody into, which is beta personality, alpha personality, or sigma. Now, what people are not talking about is we're all have those parts within us in different areas and aspects of our life. And a lot of guys have been taught to think like, oh, I have to be this big alpha male, I have to be this sigma male. And the truth is, just for mere numbers, if you know anything about the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, 100% of guys are not alpha and sigmas. Let's just be real. If that was the case, it wouldn't be that many broke men just sitting in the world, walking on the streets and doing drugs. I'm not being shady. I'm just talking facts here. Like, the Pareto principle means something. The entire world is set up on that principle. It is actually a principle of nature. If you do not understand the 80-20 principle, please get that book and start reading it. It can change your life overnight if you really start applying that science to your life. So what do I mean by 80-20 principle? If you take 100% of the men in the world, 80% of them have to fall into the beta category. These are more of your worker breeds, or what we used to call blue collar workers. There's nothing wrong with this. It doesn't mean you can't be successful. It doesn't mean you can't be rich. It doesn't mean you can't be wealthy. All it means in the 80% is you're all going to follow into a certain majority category within your area. Even within the 20%, if you look at the 20, so if I say 80% of men are always going to fall into beta category, that 20% that's supposed to be alpha and sigmas. Now, if you do the 80-20 principle there too, 80% of that 20% is going to be alpha, and then 20% are going to be sigma males. Now, let's just deal with sigma males first, that personality type. A lot of people think like, oh man, that's the person I want to be with. I want this sigma male. No, you don't. Most women do not want to be with that type of guy. That guy is a loner. That guy runs by his own beat. He doesn't follow any modern regular path. It's not the person that you think it's going to be, and you're not going to change anything about his mind. Same way goes for sigma women. As a guy, you're not going to change her mind. She got there for a certain reason, and she's going to keep doing what she's doing, just like the sigma male is. And so with sigmas, most sigmas actually want to only be around alpha personality types. The reason being is they're so driven and focused financially, they do not have time for what they consider nonsense conversation. What are some things that a sigma male or woman may consider nonsense conversation? Things that keep the regular society going. Some of those things can be alcohol. Those things can be drugs, partying. It can also be something as simple as watching sports, all of these different things. It's not the things that entice them. They're enticed through loneliness and solitude. because they understand through loneliness and solitude, they get to truly discover who they are at a deeper level and start to understand what they really want. An alpha personality is usually a little bit more outgoing, but also they're what we would call quote unquote commanding. They have a very regimented and they have a very disciplined lifestyle in some area of their life. It doesn't mean every area of their life is perfect. It means certain areas of their life, they are very disciplined and they're directed and driven. The beta personality is the people that makes best family. And this is one of the things why I don't understand why a lot of people look at being a beta personality type as a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. It's just a different thing of importance. If you've done the test with the bees, the colors, the Myers-Briggs, all of those different things, it's saying the same stuff. Like when you get into the deeper level of the surface of your whatever you category you fell into, if you go deeper, like peeling back an onion to the deeper levels, it starts talking about these things. It's about your actions. So most beta personality types are the ones who make the best families. Reason being is their family structure. They're into things such as sports and things of that nature. Your alpha and sigma, from a guy's perspective, they're not going to be 100% present of a father. They're not going to be 100% present of a husband because they're always focused on financially getting to the next level. I need to hustle. I need to go do this. I want to create this. That is really the big things of it. Now, here is the problem. A lot of people are listening to like your Andrew Tates or a bunch of this red pill stuff. Oh, I'm an alpha male. I'm a sigma male. I'm a top G. And you're not. And it's okay to not be. Like, you don't have to fake the funk and be someone that you're not. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not that hood dude. I'm not a YN. That's not my lifestyle. I don't want that lifestyle. I love the lifestyle that I have to be able to live where I want to live, travel when I want to travel. But most importantly, I'm able to build generational wealth, which is my focus. I'm not going to tell you my personality type. I'll let you be the base off of that, based off seeing my channel. And for the people who know me, will probably be like, oh, this is probably where Jason falls under. And it's not a negative thing. It's not a better thing. It doesn't make me better than you. It just means this is who I am. I embrace it 100%. And I'm comfortable with who I am. Man, I don't like how, let me know how the exposure is on the outside. I'm doing the dual camera. I'm actually outside on the veranda. And I'm doing the dual camera. But man, it's a lot of sunlight exposure over there. Let me know in the comments how that is down below. And so one of the things that I'm seeing that is really bad is a lot of guys and a lot of women, they're trying to be into personality archetypes that are not who they are. And when you start doing that, you come off as fake, you come off as phony. You also come off as annoying because you're doing stuff that annoys people. And recently I've seen multiple people through the internet and things like this, because now you use the internet, especially YouTube, as a psychological study, because you're getting to see people real time, who they are, how they are when they're doing live streams. A lot of people are just destroying their relationships. I just saw one in Vietnam. He was with the quote unquote, submissive woman. She worked. She had a good job, have a good job. I think she was paying for the majority of the bills because he was complaining a lot about financial issues and, not really making money through YouTube or the live streams. And this individual chose to be a fucking drunk, to be annoying, to, oh, I'm going to keep it real. Dude, keeping it real is fake. You don't have to be obscene. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be a disgusting person. That does not make you an alpha or a sigma personality type. That just make you a disgusting individual. And a lot of men need to start understanding this. Like, true alpha and sigma males, they're not even talking about, I'm an alpha, I'm a sigma. They're living their life. They're so driven and focused. They don't even have time to talk about those things. And this individual, the wife gave him chance after chance after chance. He invested thousands into a live stream kick, invested thousands into the top phones, and all of this stuff she invested her hard money in. Guess what happened? He had bought one of the new flip phones or something. He went to another country, got completely shit faced drunk, and he lost it. We're talking about over $1,000 phone. Lost it in one night and then mad talking about the country's the problem. Oh, these taxi drivers, they steal this. Don't be a fucking drunk. Guess what? Alpha and Sigma men are not fucking drunks. You're not an alcoholic. That is not a personality trait of an alpha or sigma male, someone who is disciplined and driven. Those are the complete opposite of drunkard. You have never seen a disciplined or driven drunk. The only thing they're disciplined and driven to is to drink more and become a more obnoxious alcoholic. And that's just the facts. Let me move this over. Somebody's coming in. Let me move this there. All right. This is the problem with filming. If you do YouTube or anything like that, you don't have the same issues. People are always coming in out of frame or people calling you when you're in the middle of filming. Now let me move it back. They're out the way. There we go. And you just adjust and deal with it. You see? But yes, so this person ended up in a country where the divorce rate is probably one of the lowest in the world. Had a woman to divorce him, the quote unquote submissive Asian woman. You know, everybody says Asian women are so submissive. They don't do divorce. They're in it for the love. No woman or man is going to love you for being a fucking idiot. And excuse my language, but we need to have this real talk now. No man or woman is going to love you for being a fucking idiot. It gets annoying. Drunkardness gets annoying. There's a time limit. There is a very saturated level of when you're just completely sick of drunk people, especially if it's your partner. Please listen to me on this. Like, I'm a component. I believe in love. I believe in marriage. I believe a lot of people should go and find the people that is right for them, but you're not going to do it as a fucking drunk. I don't know why people don't explain this. I don't know why families aren't explaining this. We need to start talking about this. Your personality type cannot be contradictory to what, or the type that you say cannot be contradictory to who you are as a person when it comes to your actions on a daily basis. Like this individual, you know, if you see his live streams, he's using the R word, like mental R, like you can finish that sentence, cursing, oh, give me a BJ, do this, oh, I want to see this. Nothing that was appropriate for a married man. Hell, I'm single now, or a widower, or whatever you want to call it. And I carry myself more married than he was carrying himself as a person in an actual freaking marriage. It doesn't work. And then let's even go to the flip side where, you know, women are being told, oh, you need to get this alpha. He need to be a sigma. Your man need to be stepping up. He need to be the bread earner. Guess what? If you're a woman and you are very high advanced, you do not want a high advanced bread earner. He's not going to respect you at the same level. And he's not going to bring you things that you need and desire. Because guess what? He has the money that can get him everything he wants. And you're both butting heads because you're both breadwinners. And so when you're butting heads with the personality types, it does not work. It's never going to work. But some women are being told, oh, this is what you're supposed to get. And they have that beta male. Beta is not a bad thing. That's the problem here. We've been taught beta is a bad thing. The beta male is actually the best male for a relationship. He's family focused. If you need him to take a step back to take care of the kids or do things like that, he's going to take those steps back. The alpha and sigma male ain't going to do that. He's going to tell you straight up, look, you're the woman. You need to do this. I'm just being honest with you on the personality types. Like, we have to start having honest conversations. We've been lied to so long that we're used to being lied to. And this is why you have relationships in the state they are around the world. People are getting with the perfect partner and they're throwing those relationships away and thinking they're going to go find something better. Let's use celebrity like Tia Mowry and her ex-husband, Corey. Great guy. She's a great person. I'm not knocking either of them. I don't know them. He was a very family focused man. He still did his hustle of doing acting. He was okay with taking lower gigs. He was making sure he was home with the family. And when you hear him talk about his family, you can tell that was a man that loved being a family. He's probably one of the prime examples of the perfect example of a guy that you should build a family with. And just because I'm saying he falls under the beta personality type, it's not a negative thing. I bet you if he did the bird test, he would fall under the pigeon. The pigeon is very family oriented. That's the trustworthy person. That's the person that wants to keep the unit together. And that's what the beta personality is. It's about keeping the family unit together. And sadly, a lot of women have really good men that fall under that beta personality, but they're listening to all of this nonsense on the internet and being told, you need to go get that alpha, go get that sigma. How can he just be at home or making sure the kids are okay, but he ain't buying you the Gucci or Louis? Fuck that. Who cares about that stuff? You should care about your going home and being happy, going home, having a place where you can just unload yourself and relax, and there's no judgment. There's no like, oh, you need to stop talking. Why are you always bring? You need a safe space. There's parts of me that are beta. There's areas where I create a unit and that's my safe space and things of that nature in a relationship. Like I like to clean. I mean, I like to cook. I don't like to clean. I like to cook. I like to pay people to clean. I like to cook. That is part of my beta personality trait. We have a complexity of these traits, and you have to really understand which ones are your dominant, which ones are your non-dominant. Once you start understanding that, you'll understand, okay, I'm majority this, or this. But we're a complexity of all of these different traits. And these are not the only psychological traits out here. Excuse me. I'm just giving you the list of the ones that most of us talk about and that most of us use. So like if we really broke it down, it'll be an infinite number of personality traits. We are multi-dimensional beings, and we have the ability to express more psychological and physical emotions than we ever can imagine. Because of modern school and all of this is what makes us feel so inferior when we're very much superior beings. And so just be cautious. I don't want to go too long on this. I already went longer than I wanted to. Just be cautious when it comes to you're looking for a certain personality trait or alpha, sigma, or beta in a relationship, or if you're considering yourself like, I'm this top G, I'm this, you're coming off as an obnoxious asshole. I'm just going to be honest with you. True alpha, sigma males ain't even walking around, I'm alpha, I'm sigma. Beta males ain't walking around, I'm beta. Their actions are showing it. And if you start seeing different types of personality traits that you do not like if you don't like a guy who's a little bit more controlling, and when I say about controlling does not mean abusive. Controlling may be, hey, check in with me. Let me know you're safe. Hey, if you're leaving home and you're on your way to work, just shoot me a call or a text and let me know, hey, I made it, babe. I'm safe. That's controlling. I do those things. You know, if we're out to eat, I'm going to order for you. Some people say that's controlling. I do those things. But like, if that's not something that you like, that just means that's not the personality trait that you should be strongly looking for. You should be looking for the things that da-da-da-da. And if you've been watching the channel, whenever I talk about relationship, the value base. This is why I always say you need to be into relationships off of value based. What do you value? What do you value for a person? How they treat you, what they do when they're with you, and things of that nature. And this is for men and women. We need to be finding out our value base. One of my biggest value bases when it comes on a relationship is safety. So for me to be with a woman, and if she's going places and she don't at least let me know, hey, I'm safe, I've arrived, we're not going to work. Because I'm going to just be like, look, since you don't care enough to let me know you're safe, that means I shouldn't be caring enough about you being safe. And I don't even want to waste my time being with someone if I'm not even going to have enough care to know if they're safe. You get what I'm saying there? It's not like either party is wrong here. It's just saying our value base does not align. So it's no point in trying to force things to work. You cannot fit a square inside of a circle. It's never going to work. So why try to fit those things together? If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. If you want me to go more deep into this, or we can schedule a live to do this, let me down below. I'm finna start doing some live videos. Been trying to get them done at night, but yo, this no electricity has been a headache at night. So I'm going to start getting the lighting system together to where I can use the power stations and just start doing some lives at night if the network permits. I'm really trying to hold out to next month to see if Starlink becomes available for Lusaka. If it becomes available, then I know I have very consistent and reliable internet without interruptions, and that'll help things out a lot. But until then, just remember this: I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.